Coming out of the show, there was just one massive throbbing question on the very tips of everybody's tongues. Did Sasha and Naomi truly walk out of WWE over creative differences? I don't know. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Raw from a sold-out scope in Norfolk, Virginia. Sold out. Bullshit. It was over 7,000 people, but the capacity for that venue is over 10,000. About 10,250 people. And the scope has a rich tradition as far as wrestling goes. The 70s, the 80s, Jim Crockett Promotions ran a lot of big shows there, a lot of hot crowds. Even into the 90s, WCW and WWE has run shows there and drawn sizable crowds. Now, granted, 7,000 plus people is certainly not that bad. And at times, they were pretty hot, and then other times, the crowd sweetening made them seem really hot when they were just sitting on their goddamn hands. It's getting really fucking annoying how they keep sweetening the goddamn crowd noise. I don't think that that's going to incentivize anybody to, watch at home and be like, I need to go there because I need to hear just how hot the crowds are. And then they're there and they're thinking, boy, this crowd sounds a lot hotter. Oh, they're sweetening the crowd noise because Vince McMahon has pretty much burned this show to the goddamn ground creatively. And it's a shame because Raw has not been all that bad lately, and there have been elements of good on all three main roster shows. But nevertheless, yeah, the question dominating this whole goddamn show, did Sasha and Naomi truly walk out? Did they truly just say, okay, you know what, that's it. We're going to stop. We're not going to do this anymore. We don't want to work with a couple people in this six-pack challenge. So they had to change things on the fly, have commentary essentially bury them so this is a really elaborate work, or it could go all the way up to Austin walking out on the June 10th edition of Raw when they wanted him to job to Brock Lesnar with absolutely no hype. I have no idea what the actual situation is. You can let me know in the comments. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful did report, and PW Insider backed it up, that Sasha and Naomi, for whatever reason, they didn't want to work with a couple people in the six-pack challenge. They wanted to continue to be tag team champions, whatever it was. Rumors are that Naomi was going to possibly win by pinning Sasha, and they were going to lead to a breakup. And Naomi was just going to be a filler feud, and they were going to have Sasha and Naomi possibly feud. Who knows? Who knows? All this stuff rolling around, it's hard to tell what's actually true. I will say this. If it turns out that they actually did walk out and they just want to leave, at this point, they're independent contractors. Sasha's got her deals in Hollywood. Who knows? We'll see how this story develops. Well, let's talk about the show. The show is messy. Really fucking messy. Recaps of Lashley and Edward James Olmos and MVP trying to hype up Edward James Olmos. Walking to a sold-out scope, talked about the curtained-off areas. I mean, whatever. They've curtained off plenty of the Key Arena when they ran there. Boy, did they fucking ever. Card rundown. Countdown to Cody. Start of the third hour. That's not the worst thing in the world. The Nigerian Giant. Hulk, he said Nigerian. Nigerian Hulk, get away from that door. Get that spray paint can out of your hand. God damn it. Okay, he's at it again. Hulk's just writing whatever the fuck he wants. I'm not going to forget that. I don't fucking care. So, MVP talks up Edward James Olmos. And I did note, did they just put this show together last minute? And then it turned out because of the changes to the six-pack challenge that they announced literally during this part where the commentary team was right by the goddamn cage. It was really goddamn weird because they had to just throw sudden shit together because by the end of the second hour, or the end of the first hour rather, they had already switched that six-pack challenge. The Almighty Heat entrance, and Cedric blasts Lashley from behind. We get a brawl. We get officials pulling it apart, and we go to break. I did say that Cedric could possibly interfere. I was talking to a friend of mine. But goddamn, I didn't think they were going to have him do both, blast from behind, and then, anytime you get somebody blasting from behind, now it's mine, and he won't let go. Lashley versus Edward James Olmos, the Hulk Hogan special with two guys in a steel cage. If it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, you people wouldn't be here. MVP poking Lashley with a stick. You gotta poke Lashley with a stick. I don't want to be the Almighty today. And then, that doesn't look like he's poking him with a stick at all. That does not look like that. So yeah, MVP eventually gets yanked through the slat of the cage and gets busted and never gets, knocked down. Then Cedric interferes after a spear. He gets tossed down, and then he gets... Edward James Olmos, being the smart individual that he is, throws Lashley against the cage wall. It's gimmicked, obviously. It gives way. And Lashley pops out, and it's kind of like what they did with Reigns and, Lesnar. And I believe one of the Saudi shows, if I recall correct. Was it the Saudi show? I think it was. Saudi show, or it was the Australian Super Showdown show. I don't remember, but he did this. Oh, god damn it. They did it where Lashley just lands on the goddamn thing. He's all shocked. And then he just says, oh, I could just step on the floor. And he does, and he wins. And commentary mentions, it doesn't matter how it happened, just that it happened. That was shit. And it's not over. The cage match is not to blow up for a feud. Theory was getting some piped in booze here. Theory demands a special guest ref for his match against Mustafa Ali. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. But oh no, it's not going to be Miz as a special guest referee for this. Theory says, hey, you're going to face Veer. Why? Because Veer is going to keep coming and coming and coming all over other men until he just can't anymore. He's been coming for like 6 goddamn months. Now he's going to keep coming repeatedly. That man, I believe as Arn Anderson once said to Tony Schiavone, you got enough coming you to shampoo a buffalo. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know why you would shampoo a buffalo with that, but nevertheless. The crowd goes mild. Miz kept interfering, doing this. This is doing nothing for Ali. It's not making me want to see Ali get his revenge. This is straight up burial stuff. I don't use burial very often. This is straight up burial. Veer wins. The Mysterios are back. I did not need to fucking see Dominic on my television screen again in 2022, but whatever. God, it's like the equivalent of Yoshihashi. I don't want to fucking see. At least Yoshihashi can fucking work. God damn it. Watch him turn Ali heel for no reason, and he teams with Veer, and they beat up the Mysterios. Or we get that there's actually going to end up being a 6-man at Hell in a Cell, and Ali's going to end up taking the pin somehow. All right. So yeah, then we get recaps of Becky and Bianca, and then Becky's talking to Pierce, and he says, Sasha and Naomi have left the building. Shawn Michaels has left the building. Who cares? So it's Asuka and Becky tonight. Because it was supposed to be Sasha, Naomi, Becky, Asuka, Piper Niven, and Nikki Ash. But apparently there are rumors they didn't want to work with a couple of opponents. And judging by a clip that goes around of Piper literally just launching her, her little Scottish coochie right into Naomi's face, I don't fucking blame her there. I'm a 41-year-old man saying the word coochie on a YouTube video. I think I have problems. And I'm not saying that Piper was being unsafe. I don't think she meant to do that, but still a funny visual. So, Vince has no idea what he's doing is what I wrote down. He has no idea what he's doing. Speaking of having no idea what he's doing, Riddle versus Jimmy Uso, same as it ever was. As the days go by, the interference is caught and Riddle wins with a roll-up. Moving on. We need more teams. I have a fever, and the only prescription is better tag teams. Liv was talked to by Los Lotharios. We were about to get a movie that I saw online once by mistake. Always delete search history. Styles and Finn show up. Of course, Styles has problems with the Los Lotharios community. He's never going to live that down. This was badly acted. Very badly acted. And most of these people can talk. Come on. They were giving Liv the worst stuff for this. And we get the House of Edgy Black. I hate the House of Black and I hate the House of Edge. And even though they look great, it's stupid. It's a bad presentation. Rhea is the eradicator. She's going to eradicate everybody, and Priest is going to punish everybody. They are going to implement the final phase of their plan. Walt Disney is looking up from, below and applauding. So anyway, this is just bad. I mean, I'm sorry, but they can talk, but this presentation is stupid. Edge was talking about adulation and talking about adding AJ Styles to the mix, putting this behind us. Finn's going to join. Watch that happen. All right. So now we have Liv making her entrance. Liv dressed as a schoolgirl. I see the vision, Kier. I see the vision. Stop thinking about it. I know you're thinking about it. You stop it. Get some help. And Liv's at ringside for the two. She's basically a schoolgirl cheerleader, the best kind. Stop thinking about it, Kier. And she's partnering up with the two guys that did their full entrances while she was getting clover queefed and berated by two guys while Rhea dominated and, just tried to scissor her violently. I might as well make this as uncomfortable as possible. But nevertheless, commentary blames Sasha and Naomi for the main event changes. Styles and Balor took on Los Lotharios. So we get Cousins tag teaming other people in Norfolk. Unfortunately, not that far off from what I heard about some areas of Virginia. Maybe that's West Virginia. Stomp for 3. Didn't care. Sorry. A Bullet Club signal 2. Sweet. That's all I gotta say about Bullet Club. Bullet Club is a goddamn husk of what it once was. DNA samples are contaminated with barbecue sauce. This is where Kevin Owens, who was in the main event of WrestleMania Night 1, most stupendous 2-night WrestleMania in history, this is where he is now. Whatever. They all yell at each other. Gable, the Thumb Soldier, the Buff the Thumb Soldier, and the Spy Kids Thumb Soldier. And also Owens. Okay, let me just say, since I was about to say Buffalo, let me just say right now, thoughts are with the people in Buffalo, the victims, and anybody that is trying to say that wasn't a racially motivated thing after what the shooter, that should be, by the way, publicly executed in front of his fucking family. If you cannot see that as a hate crime and do not believe it should be charged as a hate crime, I want you to fuck off my timeline. I want you to fuck off my channel. In fact, just go live underground like the fucking scum you are. As a fucking hate crime, that was the first of 3 shootings in 24 hours. There is a big problem going on in this fucking country. We got a bunch of cowards that ain't going to do something about it. And a bunch of other cowards that feel, oh, they will not replace us. Yeah, well, guess what? We should all be able to be, one people regardless of whether we're, whatever race. But if you have those kind of toxic views, fuck off. Seriously, fuck off. I've kicked out family members of mine. They will not talk to me again, so I give 2 shits if anybody else feels that way. It's fucking bullshit. This needs to stop. Don't target people because of their skin. Target people because they are stupid and bad at everything. But don't target people because of their goddamn skin color, you fucking dweebs. So, anyway, Sonya and Alexa, they had another match. What the fuck is this theme for Alexa? Why does it sound like Discount Avril Lavigne? Why is the doll here? Sonya is a fucking goddamn goddess, is what I know. It's funny that Corey calls somebody else a bad person the absolute worst, considering that he left his wife and 3 kids, one that has has developmental issues and everything. A woman that birthed 3 kids for a woman that I will mention here in a little bit. And no, miss me with that, oh, they just met and it just happened. I've seen those situations. It doesn't just happen. So anyway, Sonya and Alexa. Why do I care? And I like Sonya. I don't care about Alexa. I don't want to see Alexa on my television anymore. I don't wish her ill. I'm tired of her. I'm tired of her. Anyway, Alexa wins. Hooray! Sonya's pissed. Slaps the referee. Can you slap me like that? And all the pyro in the scope, and everybody's out of control for Cody. I don't even have a good deal here. Okay, I'm sorry. Cody's promos are too freaking grandiose and thought out and whatever. It doesn't sound like he's going off the cuff. It does not sound like he's being like Dusty. He was never going to be like Dusty in the sense he was never going to have Dusty's ability to be the cunning linguist that he is. But god damn it. You talk about Seth Rollins climbing the metaphorical and very real ladder. It's going to be metaphorical and real. What's wrong with you, Cody? Has Brandy's open mic night, bitch, stuff gotten into your head? It's going to be another match at Hell in a Cell. I'll see you in hell. Seth Rollins shows up in a lime green jacket. Look, the match will be good. Both their matches have been good. I argue the WrestleMania Backlash match has been better, but fucking hell. I don't know what the hell Asuka was saying. I love Asuka, but I don't know why they're making her overact like this. Poor Owens having to deal with all this shit. Gable and Ezekiel had a match that was about 3 times as long as it needed to be. Owens basically just saying, just like saying that Cody hadn't, done anything in 6 years, and that's ridiculous too. God. The Ultimate Ezekiel, by the way, is his name now. Except Ezekiel seems to have better views than the Ultimate Warrior. By the way, fuck the Ultimate Warrior. I'm glad he's dead. Ultimate Ezekiel wins with a roll-up. You're not Ezekiel. You're just plain old Elias. You're nothing. Jimmy Hart needs to come out and do... Oh, God. Poor Renegade. So, Truth, Tozawa, and Tamina they do a pay-per-serve thing. And then, you know what? I figured out what this 24/7 championship stuff is. It's like that chorus stuff that Bugs Bunny did in that Looney Tunes cartoon. Oh, we are the chorus. We hope you like our show. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go. That's what it is. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong that it's not just complete filler and complete bullshit. Truth then wants Dana to give it to him, the 24/7 championship. Dana then runs into Carmella and throws a whole bunch of stuff at her. And Carmella calls Dana sorry excuse for her wife. You're the homewrecker, you dumb bitch. You're with a dollar store CM Punk, and the guy's probably going to leave you in 5 fucking years, because that's what guys like that do. Trust me. When two people cheating, getting into a relationship, it never usually works out. But whatever, what do I know as somebody that's been single for 11 years by choice. But, yeah, Dana said, you haven't been the same since the chinless one was here. I did not fucking expect them to bring up Ellsworth given some of the shit that he did. Piece of shit. But goddamn. So yeah, they got rid of the Rebel Flag entrance for, get rid of the Rebel Flag, Titantron for Lacey Evans. And Lacey was out airing out her grievances in Norfolk. Whatever. I don't care. I know it's a real life story. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Riddle was high backstage. The Usos are going to need an Uber because, one of them has a suspended license if you know, you know. And then Bianca makes her entrance. Almost and Lashley are going to have another match next week because we can't fucking get rid of this feud. Please, please. Give Lashley something better than Edward James Almost. Becky and Asuka, we have 10 minutes left in this show. And basically, while they do a bunch of stuff, they have to rush it. At one point, Lynch shoves Asuka into Bianca. She tries to get Asuka's umbrella, Ella, A. Tries to hit her with it, and doesn't open it up to block the miss. No, that'd make too much sense. She gets sprayed in the face, and 1, 2, 3. So Asuka wins. Hey, I'm not upset about Asuka winning. This show is a mess. The show is a fucking mess and a half. Asuka versus Bianca could end up being good. I have a feeling they might try to turn it into a triple threat. I don't know at this point. I don't fucking know what's happening. I also don't know what's going to happen with Naomi and Sasha. What's true, what's not true. I'll leave it up to you guys in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.